If you have spent any time in Arizona casinos, then you should know that some of your money is helping others in our community. All week long, we will be talking about the benefits of the shared revenues from tribal gaming. But today, we're talking about trauma care with our guest, Dr. Peter Rhee. He's the Director of Trauma, Critical Care, Burns, and Emergency Surgery at the University of Arizona. Dr. Rhee, welcome to Sonora Living.
Thank you.
It's wonderful to have you here. First of all, before we talk about the benefits of tribal gaming, explain to us what does Level 1 trauma care really mean?
Well, it's one of the 4 levels. It offers the most amounts of services, and it means that we'll have everybody that you need to take care of you ready and willing and standing by 24/7, 365.
Let's talk about, and that's important, that's very important. Let's talk about where you were prior to receiving money from tribal gaming. Where was the Level 1 trauma care in our state?
Well, there were a lot of places that weren't designated as a Level 1. They weren't qualified to do so. I came on board in 2007, and that's when we actually in Tucson became a Level 1, verified Level 1 trauma center for the very first time. So before then, there was a need, and hospitals would help contribute and take care of it as best that they could, but the organized system wasn't really there.
Right, and since then, since 2002, a tremendous amount of money has been put forward in our community. How much money are we talking about?
We're talking about a lot. From the $1 billion that's coming up here for trauma specifically, over $220 million has been given back to the state specifically for trauma and trauma centers.
Wow. That's a huge number.
That is a lot of numbers.
Yeah, yeah. Now, but where would we be if we didn't have that money, staying in our community from tribal gaming? Where would Level 1 trauma care be?
I think it would be much less than what it is now, and it may not even be in existence. And you'd have people being taken anywhere, and we wouldn't be able to say that you're going to get a standardized service that you could get anywhere else in the United States. So we're just getting up to par as to the rest of the country.
Right, right. And what do we need as we move forward? I mean, obviously we need to continue the funding because Level 1 trauma care is extremely expensive, isn't it?
It is. I mean, if you're going to have all of these people ready and standing by, and we know what we can do at the very best. So, how do we say we're not going to offer that to some people or not all the time? We can't be everywhere in the whole state, however, but you're going to expect some places that they're going to have the rudimentary services, and we all know that this is a right now that if you get hurt, you're going to be able to get the best of care. Well, and without that, we wouldn't be able to do it for sure.
And as a physician, that must be extremely important to you to know that you can continue providing what you've trained for.
Right. We know what we can do, and we'd like to have as much of the resources available so we can practice our field, do the research that we need to in order to make the system better, and also train our people so that a lot of them will stay in Arizona and continue to provide services within the state.
Yeah, because we all benefit from it, don't we?
Right, absolutely. I mean, trauma is a public service, and unfortunately it is something that we can't ignore.
Right.
It's the #1 leading cause of death for the young, #1 cause of death for those under 46 years of age. And, when hopefully we'll never meet professionally.
Yeah, right. And, it's not that I don't like you, I just don't want to see you professionally.
But if something was to happen, you want us to be there for you, and you know that. Right.
Well, Dr. Rhee, thank you so much for joining us and explaining the importance of how it all works. We really appreciate that. And, of course, for more information about shared revenues from tribal gaming, please visit benefitingarizona.org.